Robin Hood and the King. When King Richard finally returned from war, he could not help respecting the outlaw Robin Hood. "I wish I could meet Robin Hood," said King Richard in his castle, "but he would think I was coming to arrest him and hide deep in the forest." "I'll tell you how you can see him," laughed one of the king's trusty companions. "Put on the robes of a fat abbot and ride through Sherwood Forest with gold in your pouch. Robin will be sure to steal your money." "I'll do it," said the King Richard, slapping his knee. So the king and 7 of his followers disguised themselves and rode out toward Sherwood Forest. Sure enough, Robin Hood and his men stopped them and took the king's pouch of gold. But Robin returned some of the gold to the pretend abbot because he never left any man in need. Robin Hood was pleased with the churchmen because they seemed happy to be his company. "Now we shall give you a feast that will be worth all your money," said Robin Hood. The king had no idea that outlaws could be so well fed and happy. After the feast, they set up for archery. The target was a tiny garland of leaves and flowers hanging from a stake far away. "Can anyone hit inside that little garland at such a distance?" asked the king. "Watch and see, friend," answered Robin Hood proudly. "Anyone who misses the mark will receive a blow to the side of his head as hard as I can give." First, David of Doncaster shot within the garland while the king watched in surprise. Then Much, the miller's son, shot inside the tiny garland. The shooting went on. Most of the men hit the mark, but a few missed and received hard punches. The last to shoot was Robin Hood. His arrow was missing some feathers. It flew to one side and struck an inch outside the garland. All the men roared with laughter, for they had never seen Robin Hood miss before. "Go and take your punishment, master," said Much. "I will take my punishment from our guest," said Robin. He thought that the arms of a churchman would be soft, for abbots never worked or used their muscles much. But the pretend abbot bared an arm so thick that it made the men stare. Years at war had made the King Richard very strong. Robin Hood placed himself in front of him, and the king struck him a mighty blow. Down went Robin Hood, rolling over and over on the ground, while his men shouted with laughter. "Well," said Robin Hood, sitting up half dazed, ear to day, I did not think there was a person in all of England who could strike such a blow. Who are you, man? I'll bet you are not the churchman you appear to be." King Richard threw back his hood, and Robin knew it was his king. "Your Majesty," Robin Hood said, kneeling before the king, "you have no subjects in England. You have no subjects in England more loyal than me and my merry men." The king saw that Robin Hood truly was one of his most loyal subjects. "Come with me to my court and serve me there," he said. "Bring 3 of your best men to become knights in my court. The rest of your men will be royal rangers, since I am sure they can protect Sherwood Forest better than anyone." "With all my heart," replied Robin Hood, and a great roar went up from the merry men. Number 6. Read the sentence from the passage. "I will take my punishment from our guest," said Robin. He thought that the arms of a churchman would be soft, for abbots never worked or used their muscles much. What does the underlined word most likely mean? A weak person. B, a church leader. C, an outlaw. D, a guard. Number 7, Part A. Which of these inferences about Robin Hood is supported by the passage? A, he missed the target because the contest went on too long. B. He missed the target because he knew King Richard was watching him. C. He missed the target because the target was too small. D. He missed the target because there was something wrong with his arrow. Number 8, Part B. Which sentence from the story best supports the inference made in Part A? A. His arrow was missing some feathers. B. Can anyone hit inside the little garland at such a distance? Asked the king. C. King Richard threw back his hood, and Robin knew it was his king. D. The king saw that Robin Hood truly was one of his most loyal subjects. Number 9. Underline the sentence that gives the best conclusion about Robin Hood's point of view of King Richard. King Richard threw back his hood, and Robin knew it was his king. Your Majesty, Robin Hood said, kneeling before the king, you have no subjects in England more loyal than me and my merry men. The king saw that Robin Hood truly was one of his most loyal subjects. Come with me to my court and serve me there, he said. Bring 3 of your best men to become knights in my court. The rest of your men will be Royal's Rangers, since I am sure they can protect Sherwood Forest better than anyone. Number 10. What disguise did King Richard wear to meet Robin Hood? A. A beggar. B. An abbot. C. A merry man. D. An outlaw.